Hi, I'm Clark Huggins, and I'm a science fiction and fantasy illustrator. And welcome to our very first episode of Reckless Tech's own YouTube channel. And what we're going to do here, first and foremost, is we're going to create characters together. I made a card deck, an idea generator for myself, to come up with ideas that were very, very far outside of my own creative box. And this is it, and it's called, coincidentally, Reckless Deck. We're going to use it to make characters from start to finish. We're going to pull 3 or 4 cards from the deck, see what combination we get, and then together, we're going to make a character out of it. Now here's a very quick lowdown about how Reckless Deck works. The first category is costumes. This is any clothing, armor, or fashion elements your character wears. Next up is weapons. These could be guns, blades, projectiles, anything your character uses to bring the pain. Next is accessories. This category is anything your character carries, like equipment, tools, or personal items, or decorations. Next up, modifications. Modifications are changes to your character's body, but that are usually still pretty localized or contained to one area. Last is intrinsic nature. This is the most powerful category, since it tends to prompt you to make some kind of all-over design decision. This is a kind of greatest hits deck that I made of about 100 cards that combines stuff from the Volume 1 deck, the Volume 2, and a bunch of the expansions. This is what we're going to use to choose our cards for our character, so let's get started. Pulse rifle, a weapon. Sawed-off shotgun. All right. Spirit or ghostly companion. All right, I said I wasn't going to edit this. We're going to go forward with this. Cocktail or flapper dress. Let's do it. So what I feel like we got here was a little bit like Downton Abbey meets Halo, but with a little bit of I See Dead People thrown in at the same time. So I pulled some 1930s style dresses. I've pulled some dresses that were like straight up flapper dresses, and I pulled some stuff that's a little bit more futuristic and a little more cyberpunk. I love this reference right here, and one thing I can tell you for sure is this reference right here, I love these black gloves. So we're definitely going to be working those in. I don't even know what to make of this, but I think it's awesome. I know I want this kind of very feminine, almost fashion-y, kind of off-balance pose. And I pulled some guns. We got some big guns in this piece. So these are the references I'm working with, and I wanted to show you that part of the process. And I hope that you understand this idea of mashing your card combination into like an attackable and understandable kind of phrase or approach. But for now, I'm just going to draw. I'm starting to make some like costume decisions. I know, even though she's got this great dress, I know that I want to give her some crazy boots. I'm right now interested in what's fun to draw and what looks cool. I feel like we got a lot of the design down, and now it's about making a good looking drawing. Important. If you're watching this and you're like, wow, he's looking at a lot of pictures, and you're one of those people that says, you know, that is under the impression that looking at reference is cheating, let me tell you, like, let go of that right now. Artists are taking their own and looking at the best reference that they can get their hands on. I'm not sure she's going to be keeping her pupils. I may give her possessed eyes because we have this other spirit thing to work in, but for now, I tend to attack the portrait on the face fairly early on just about anything because I need to know, I need to turn the lights on in the character's eyes. I mean, one of the things that I made Reckless Deck for was to get artists, to get myself and other artists out of their default zone. You know, where do you go automatically and just default to? And one of the things it'll also tell you, if it doesn't get you out of your default zone, it'll certainly show you what they are. And I definitely feel like Cyberpunk, as it turns out, is like one of my go-tos. Didn't know that until I made Reckless Deck and saw myself doing it. Okay, I'm happy with where this is right now, and I'm gonna make an executive decision, and I'm gonna say we're gonna call it right here, in the interest of not making our first episode 3 hours long. And so what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna say let's address the Spirit Companion in episode number 2. Okay, so this card right here, this guy will do an entire episode around dealing with this, which ultimately is kind of like a second character. With this card, this became a 2-character piece. So we're gonna do an episode specifically for this one, and then in episode 3, we're gonna move on to a completely new character. Thank you so much for watching this. I had a really good time with this, and I hope that you enjoyed watching it too. I hope that you guys will consider following us on this YouTube channel so that we can grow it and make it a place where you guys can comment and I can comment back, where you can hear from me and I can hear back from you. And if you want to follow along with the character that we just made, please do. I would love it. And if you want to, you can either post it on Instagram with #RecklessDeck, or you can email it to me at info@recklessdeck.com, because I would love to be able to put some of these in the next video. And if it turns out you want a Reckless Deck of your own, you can get one at recklessdeck.com. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in episode 2.